everybody. Welcome to the Steckline Report, where we're inside out of the rain. Yes, I said rain. Can you believe here we are, first part of August? We've got 2 to 4 inches of rain all over the south central part of the state of Kansas and many parts of Oklahoma. It's a different year, friends. I got to tell you that. And on the Ponderosa, water standing everywhere. Very unusual for this time of the year. Has it broken the drought? Well, it has on the Ponderosa, but it's not very big. We'll talk about that and other items coming up in a minute. Stay tuned.
My grandfather came across the plains from Missouri in the 1860s and ran a hotel and stage stop here with livery stable, and it's been in the family ever since. We run probably about 100 cows here and 250 over at the other ranch. I'm sure there are other banks we could have dealt with, but they've been so friendly and know what the ups and downs are in the business. American Ag Credit is like a family for us for financial help.
For over 8 decades, America's farmers have counted on the little red tractor from Case IH, the Farmall, to help them make short work of their demanding chores. Well, Straub International can show you they aren't just for farms anymore. With horse ranging from 30 to 140, plus an army of attachments, a Farmall can tackle every chore on your to-do list, from hauling and mowing to loading and towing, and then some. Visit Straub International, your Case IH dealer at any of our 7 locations, to find a Farmall that's right for you.
Well, folks, in Texas, they had some nice storms roll through that made a lot of people happy and grin. In fact, laugh and feel good. They hadn't seen rain like that in a good long time, but they tell us that the state of Texas is a long ways from breaking the drought, yet they're going to need much more widespread rain and a lot more of it. In Kansas and Oklahoma, we do have about 2/3 of the state in pretty good shape now. However, there's still about 1/3 of both of our states that have got all kinds of problems when it comes to drought. We need more rain. Maybe there's more on the way. This year is so different, you can't tell. Speaking about on the way, it looks like there's a lot of court costs going to be on the way for the COOL program. The latest federal lawsuit over the labeling of country of origin of meat, well on its way to becoming a nightmare in the court system. 9 groups that oppose mandatory country of origin labeling filed a lawsuit July the 8th. We told you about that, seeking a federal judge to stop USDA from implementing the program. They filed a request just a week ago then, explaining to the judge the high likelihood that their legal arguments are going to win. And so he should grant an injunction against that rule as soon as possible. There's some other people who have some other thoughts about that. In the meantime, the U.S. Cattlemen's Association is leading a group of supporters seeking intervenor status. And they had a meeting. Leo McDonald, former director of the U.S. Cattlemen's Association, said their board talked with legal counsel to discuss their options, and they're jumping into the lawsuit with both feet and maybe even a couple of arms. They may be joined by a lot of people too. Other groups that look like either joining them or planning to sue as well, including the Chief Executive Officer of the Ranchers Cattlemen's Action Legal Fund, RCAF if you remember, the Organization for Competitive Markets, considering taking action to get involved in the case. It's meat packers and the National Cattlemen's Beef Association and the meat industry against a lot of cattlemen. Where it'll end up is anybody's guess. I just still have a major problem figuring out why the meat industry does not want our consumers to know exactly where their meat comes from. Oh, I hear all the gobbledygook. I see it all in here. I've been around the packing industry all my life. I think I know, but we won't get into that today. And in the meantime, high land costs. Be careful, folks. I did buy a quarter of land last week. And I got to tell you, the price of it scared me a little bit, but it's nothing like $10,000 to $15,000 an acre up in Iowa, Illinois, and that part of the country. Just for you corn farmers, a little bit of Purdue University ag information. If you pay $10,000 an acre for land that averages 200 bushels per acre of corn, it costs you $2.50 a bushel just for the land cost. $2.50. Now, if this old corn price drops to $4 like some people are talking about, doesn't sound like too great of an investment, does it? I'm even wondering about it here in the Midwest, where I farm. When it comes to wheat prices, yeah, if it's $6.50 to $7, we can probably hang in there pretty good with $3,000 to $4,000 an acre land. But I got to tell you, how long will it stay there? I can remember when I sold wheat most of my life below 3.5. Could it go back to that? You make up your mind, friends. But be sure to make up your mind to join us back here on the next Steckline Report. See you then.